أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
قل كل يعمل على شاكلته فربكم أعلم بمن هو أهدى سبيلا صدق الله العلي العظيم. Everyone acts according to their shakila. That surely your Lord is the one who knows the best, who is the most guided on this path.
In this video, we will examine our relationship with Allah and Allah's relationship with us. Allah has created heaven and hell. However, heaven is the rule and hell is the exception. A person would have to ignore the good and repeatedly and purposely be somebody who worships himself in order to go to hell. Allah has created us for heaven. That's what He absolutely wants for us, and He is obsessed with trying to get us to succeed. We often say, I've done dua for this and that, and Allah isn't answering me and isn't fulfilling my dua. We complain and become angry. Here's a different way of looking at it. How many du'as has Allah fulfilled? Your health, your wealth, your family and friends, your house, your job, are all du'as that Allah may have already fulfilled for you without you noticing. A lot of us are living our answered du'as today. In du'as, we do dhikrullah. What is dhikr? Dhikr means remembrance. Let us say you meet someone, then you don't see them for a while. When you do see them again, you may ask, do you remember me? Dhikrullah is the remembrance of Allah. Why is Allah telling us to remember? Do we forget Him? Yes, we can forget Allah. Allah is telling us to remember Him, the one who has been with us since day one, the one we have already prayed to before and He has already answered us. We remember Allah through dhikr. Another word we have been trying to understand is the term shakira, which means disposition. We have looked at the tawfiq of Allah, growth and heroism through suffering, and the journey to Allah with your spouse. Today, we will be looking at child upbringing and we will be learning about our love of Allah. Let us first discuss child upbringing. In the hadiths, there are 3 duties that are wajib on a father. The first duty is to choose the right mother for the child. Here we find that a child's shakira starts being cultivated from the womb. The second duty is to give the child a good name. This gives the child a sense of self-respect. It is not simply a name in the birth certificate. It is a reminder to the child of who they are, of their potential, and that they belong to Allah. The third duty is tarbiyah. When raising a child, we need to make use of every resource possible. We can use the masjid, home, school environment, and others to show love and spirituality. It's a give and take. The child needs to know that their parent wants to see their success, that the parents dream of the day their kids become better than them. There is also sacrifice for the child. The only entity more obsessed and happy with your success than your parents is your Lord. Every child is born with a fitrah to love Allah. As we know it, children love colors, beauty, and comfort. Why do they gravitate toward these things? Their fitrah is innocent and very much in tune with Tawheed. Children gravitate towards these things because they mirror the attributes of Allah. There is a predetermined love for Allah inside of us. We have to learn to take that love, cultivate it, and keep it for Allah. We should also be patient and show love to kids the way that Allah shows us infinite love. So what is our love of Allah? Let us look at the following ayah from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 165. And there are some among men who take for themselves objects of worship besides Allah, whom they love as they love Allah. There are many things that a person can love: family, friends, money, fame, their phone, and Allah. People tend to group the things they love together and keep it on the same horizontal plane. That becomes a problem because love has different forms and different types, and it cannot be looked at the same way. Some love is immediate. For example, you are hungry and are craving a certain food. You eat that food and feel immediate love. We expect the same kind of immediateness with the love of Allah, even if it is a different type of love. One can say, I am praying to Allah and nothing is happening. This ayah says that you love things the way you love Allah, but that love is not the same. Allah's love is longer lasting, requires more effort, and is so much deeper. Let's look at the cross of love in terms of horizontal and vertical love. On the vertical plane, there is a hierarchy. If you remove the horizontal, the vertical is still standing. But if you remove the vertical, the whole thing falls apart. As we can see, the horizontal is dependent on the vertical. Therefore, our love of this dunya, which is okay to have, should be on the horizontal plane. This love is dependent on God's love, which is the vertical plane. You cannot have love for this life, the dunya, on its own, as that leads to all kinds of failures. Make those connections where every love for the dunya is connected to Allah. Let us work on building this long-lasting love for Allah.
يا حسين 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 يا حسين 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 يا حسين حسين